Greetings, users and programs. This is Etari Living Sacrifice, joined by my two very good buddies, Hatrix11 and Jimi Haze. Everybody say Haze.
Jimi Haze.
All right. He also, Jimi Haze and I started playing this game together. It was recommended to me by a guy that was like, so you were asking me before we started recording, Hatrix, that it was asking me, like, how did I learn about this game? And this guy just was like, dude, you've got to play this game on your Let's Play channel. You've got to play it. He's like, I'm going to tell you the name of the game, and you're going to be like, whatever, like, this game has got to be the stupidest thing in the world. But he's like, I promise you, you play this game, the first, like, hour or two is going to be like, what the heck did he try to get me to play? And he's like, but I promise you, it is not what you expect. And he's like, it cannot tell me anything else. He cannot tell me anything else. Or else it will ruin the game for us. So, we're going to try it. And Hatrix saw us, me and Jimi Haze recorded one episode of this.
Attempt one.
That's right.
Yes.
Without the Hatrix11, he was like, oh, I got to get in on this.
It was good.
We're gonna start the whole game all over together, and we're gonna name ourselves Lil Tink. Lil Tink.
Shouldn't you put a like a little
apostrophe after the
yeah.
Yeah. You gotta come correct with that.
Oh, it won't let me.
What?
It won't let me.
Oh,
I know, right?
Goodness gracious. Oh man.
It won't let me put a space. It won't let me do anything.
What if I identify as Lil apostrophe?
There you go.
I don't know, man.
All right, so hey, I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself.
Yes.
That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it's just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. So when Jimmy and I first started playing this game, Hatrix, we thought we were a girl. We didn't know we were a guy.
Yeah,
so
I watched it. I see the pink background of the text.
Yeah.
The same thing. I was with y'all, but spoiler alert, we're a dude. Thank God, because this would be a weird game otherwise.
We had to check our pants real quick to make sure we still had our balls after a
don't
couple
let you
minutes
know
of
that.
playing this. Not at all.
However, obviously by the banter of I wait for her to catch up, I just sigh. Obviously, we're a dude.
Right. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. Ha! 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 Oh, by the way, I play Sayori's voice. I overslept again, but I caught you this time. Lil Tink. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Lil Tink. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean, even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Lil Tank, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm not really interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me, when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average, while spending my free time on games and anime like a badass.
Exactly. The correct response is always word.
Uh-huh. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know.
Aww.
And I know you're happy now, but I'd die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world.
Supposedly, from what I understand, neat is like a cuck in Japanese.
Well,
Really?
the response right here would be word.
Word.
You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. All right. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that.
That's
Yay!
where little Tink. That's where little Tink fucked up.
That's right.
Just realized.
In that fateful moment, his whole life changed. Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl?
Badong.
You know why?
More than that,
You know why?
you know why. More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. That's how you know. Hey, you guys know how women are so horrible at telling distance and length and all that? You guys know?
Not even getting into it, bro.
You don't even know?
Not even getting into it, bro.
It's because
You're not gonna take me there, man.
You're doing what's called mansplaining.
Yeah, you're mansplaining right now, bro. We're not flipping that. We're not flipping that rock over.
Okay, anyway. So the reason girls are so bad at telling length and distance is because their whole life they're told, no, really, this is 6 inches.
All right.
The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation.
Yeah.
We'll think clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, Know what?
Oh.
Well, that you
You
could
know.
come to my club. Sayori. Yeah? There is no way I'm going to your club. Meanie! Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title Vice President. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to go to the anime club. Come on, please! Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. So, don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out.
Oh, totally.
Totally. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay?
Yeah.
Get that cupcake.
That's right. Yes, let's go! And thus today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities.
Dejectively a word?
I was
I
just,
was thinking the same thing.
dude, this guy has a vocabulary of like,
Of a writer.
His,
It's almost as though- it's almost as if somebody's writing this. Like a writer's writing this. I don't know. Go on.
Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here! I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. girl 1. So, this, we gotta decide. So, Jimmy has got to play Monika. There is no way. He's got to play Monika,
Right.
and he has got to play the pink-haired girl. So, Miller, I think you should play purple-haired girl, and then there's one more girl that hasn't shown up yet that
I
you
thought
should play.
purple-haired girl was Monika.
Nope.
Oh.
So you
All
should
right,
play
well, let me
this
just
girl
make
right
it
here.
clear. I want everybody to know that the reason we're kind of like rushing through this a little bit is because we've all seen this before. So we're just trying to get through it until we get to the point where we haven't seen yet. But this girl, I'm girl 1.
You're girl 1.
Oh man. All right.
Yeah, nice tits, girl 1.
All right. You know, I do what I can.
It's
you
a
know.
little tight, but I ain't complaining.
All right. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you.
That's perfect. That's perfect.
Sayori always says nice
Yeah,
things
right.
about you.
This is Jimmy's girl.
Seriously? You brought a boy? We don't kill the atmosphere.
All right, this is Miller's other girl right here.
What? I gotta do this too?
You got to do this girl too.
Oh, little tank. One nice surprise.
Apparently, all the girls in Miller's head, all the girls in Hatrix's
Southern.
head, have a southern twang
That's
to
right.
them.
So Southern Belle.
That's
Southern
right.
Belle, girl number 3,
Southern.
girl number 1 is just some haggard Southern chick.
All right, did he already say this? He did, didn't he?
I did. I'm not doing it again. No! Welcome to the club. ...
All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls.
What are you looking at? You want to say something sad.
Sorry.
Natsuki?
Huh.
The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize.
Natsuki.
Her
Damn it.
small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. Small figure is quotation marks for...
Tiny tits.
She is also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori.
She make up.
You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back toward the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't... Oh, sorry. I'm used to talking to her. You get Southern twang. Southern twang. Talk.
Who, me?
That's
Don't
You're
say
Yuri.
things like that.
Yuri.
Oh, yeah.
Yuri,
Hey,
who
who's Yuri?
appears
Yuri.
comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki.
Is Yuri girl number 1?
Yes, girl number 1. So
Shit,
purple-haired
I gotta
girl.
remember
You're
that.
Yuri.
Alright,
All right.
I got it.
You're. How did Jimmy just
Yuri?
try to do?
Me?
You're Yuri. Yuri. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monika. Is that right? Jimmy.
Me.
That's you.
That's me.
That's you.
I don't know. That's right. It's great to see you again, little tank.
Monika smiles sweetly. Yes, yeah, I think you're right, Jimmy. I think we told Miller to say her voice, but you're so much better.
Yeah, you got it. You got it. You Monika.
We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monika was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically, completely out of my league.
Hey, Jim. Hey, Jim.
Yep.
You Monika.
What'd you say?
Monika, 100%.
So, having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monika. Come on, sit down, little Tink. We made room for you at the table. So you can sit next to me or Monika. I'll get the cupcakes.
Monika.
Hi. take them. I'll get them.
Monika.
Sorry, I got a little too excited.
Then how about I make some tea as well?
The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monika and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room, where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand.
Okay, are you ready? Ta-da!
Whoa! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute!
I had no idea you were good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know, just take one.
Sayori grabs one first, then Monika. I follow. It's delicious! Sayori talks with her mouth full, and has already managed to get icing on her face. Take it out of context. Whoa!
Yeah.
I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to attack and take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite?
No, she gonna get it.
Yeah. I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good.
Rubies in it.
I can't see straight.
Thank you, Natsuki.
Why are you thanking me? It's not like I
Haven't I heard this somewhere before?
made them for you or anything.
I thought you technically did. Sayori said...
Well, maybe. But not for you know, you, dummy.
Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table, carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. Lil Tank says, "You keep a whole tea set in this classroom?"
Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book?
I guess.
So you let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you.
Yeah, that's not it.
Insulted, Yuri looks away.
I meant that, you know.
I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea.
I'm glad.
Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief.
Glad.
Monika raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me.
So, what made you consider literature club?
I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monika that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so...
That's okay. Don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone.
Monika, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year?
Ah, well, you know. To be honest, I can't set all the policies around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing but the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events.
She's so smart.
I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it.
All right.
And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream.
Monika really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet.
Earned.
Ooh,
Earned.
it must be hard to start a new club.
You can put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new.
Yeah.
Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature.
Yeah.
You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it takes school events, like the festival, that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone?
Yeah!
Yeah, get it, girl.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll do our best.
Get that!
Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Getting into my pants. I mean, wait, I said that out loud. Monika must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature.
So, Lil Tank, what kind of things do you like to read?
Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like...
Sorry.
It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet.
Not much of a reader, I guess.
Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri?
Oh, Yuri.
Yuri.
Well, let's see.
Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger.
Gently I do. Gently I do. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive.
What's so funny
yeah.
is when you're saying that voice, it sounds like you're... What's the guy's name? The redneck comedian.
Like, blue collar shit?
Yeah, what's his name? The get her done.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Cable guy?
The cable guy, Larry the cable guy. It sounds like she's the smart one of the group, and you're like, and telling a good story in such a foreign world.
Yeah, really? Yeah, believe it. You got to commit, all right?
That's right. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people.
When does this, like, turn into a game, though? At some point,
don't ignore that part. I told you an hour or two. I told you an hour or two.
At some point, you got to make a decision. Like, all right, anyway, go on.
This is you, bro.
Oh, okay. But, I like a lot of things.
Yeah.
I warned you.
You're good shit.
Push to talk is gonna be enabled soon. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop?
Loop to loop.
Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Dun, dun, dun.
I read a horror book once. I desperately grasp something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock.
Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you.
I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think, or makes me to another, or it takes me to another world, then I can't put it down. God damn, this bitch talks a lot. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment.
I hate horror.
Oh, why is that?
Well, I just...
Slap.
Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second.
Never mind. That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What gives you that idea? Yo, you left a piece of scrap behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called
X.
Let's say it out loud.
X.
And give that back. Fine.
Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sayori sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders.
Hell yeah, now we're getting somewhere.
There you go.
Yeah. Now we're talking.
Now tell her how you feel.
Yeah. Whisper something in her ear.
I'm not cute.
Natsuki, you write your own poems?
Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care?
I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime?
No!
Natsuki averts her eyes.
You wouldn't like them.
Not a very confident writer yet, huh?
I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, expressing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart.
Exposing your vulnerabilities.
I said.
Do you have writing experience too, Yuri?
Fuck no.
Maybe if you share some of your work, you could set an example to help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. ...
I guess it's the same for Yuri. Aw, I wanted to read everyone's poems.
Yeah.
We all sit in silence for a moment.
Okay! Have an idea, everyone! ...
Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika.
Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way everyone is even. ...
Yeah, let's do it!
Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, little Tink?
Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on. There's still one problem.
What's that?
Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. These four girls.
Yeah. I dropped my pants.
I never said I would join this club.
Fuck you guys.
Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. Man, if those 4 girls looked at me like that, I would lose my train of thought too. All 4 girls stare back at me with dejected eyes.
Rejected.
Rejected. But.
I'm sorry. I thought.
Little Tink,
Hello,
you all, I'm defenseless against these girls.
Yes, you are.
How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this?
You're not. You're gonna make regrets, and they're gonna be great.
You might have 4 different baby mamas.
That's right. Roll the dice.
You're gonna be writing out loans you can't cash.
That's right. Roll the dice, baby.
That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls.
Oh.
Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club.
Yeah.
One by one. The girls'
Literature
eyes.
club's gonna turn into something terrible. It's gonna turn into something terrible.
It is,
Like,
man. It's got to.
I don't know what we're in for, but the literature club is gonna just be something like I'm never gonna look at literature the same again. I can say it right now.
I'm never gonna
Sure.
say the word literature the same way anymore.
No, exactly. There's gonna be some
gonna
dirty, dirty meaning. And next time somebody says you into literature, I'm gonna be like, yeah,
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
Yes. I'm so happy. Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey.
You really did scare me for a moment.
If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. And that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club.
Ah. Thanks, I guess.
Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remembers tonight's assignment? Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share this.
Monika looks over at me once more. Lil Tank. Oh, sorry.
Lil Tank talking in my text box. What the fuck? Lil Tank, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself.
Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monika with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food.
Yeah, dirty bitches.
Hey, little Tink. Since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right. Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the 2 of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the 4 girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monika. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club?
Yeah.
Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. All right. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight.
Yeah.
All right. It's time to write a poem, y'all. I think this is a fantastic place to pause it. You know, we've been joined by our good buddies Hatrix and Jimi Haze, and we will see y'all on the next episode. Anybody got some parting comments?
Roses are red, violets are blue. I touched my dick, and so should you.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Freaking ticky tabby.
All right, y'all. As always, give it a big thumbs up, subscribe, and remember to keep moving forward!